So there's 38 Metroids in total left, and just 6 on the next thing.
Okay. So I was thinking about this last episode, and I didn't get to voice my thing on that because the episode was ending. Isn't it crazy how a mainline game for a series was put on the mobile console? Which, like, nowadays you think, oh, mobile console. Like, that's not... Unless it's, like, Pokemon or something, or Monster Hunter. Like, those are made for mobile, right?
Yeah.
You don't think, oh, look, Final Fantasy VIII is only going to be on the 3DS or something,
Vita.
you know? Or, I mean, yeah. So, like, a mainline story content thing. Like, you can play Metroid 1, not own a Game Boy, and then play Super Metroid, rather, and miss this entire game and be like, well, there's a baby Metroid at the beginning. I don't understand this.
Okay.
I guess, I mean, you don't necessarily need to care, right? But it's still the principle of the thing. Was that just Nintendo? Like, yeah, everybody that owns an NES is gonna own a
Game Boy?
A Game Boy. Everybody that owns a Game Boy is going to own a Super Nintendo. And everybody that owns any of these things together is just going to buy the Super Game Boy attachment in order to make sure, you know?
Well, I mean, obviously there's some people that did, if they were diehard fans. But, like, it's a... I want to say quality of life, but I'm meaning more like it's a branding thing, you know? Like... have the Nintendo systems, you know, their whole family of stuff. So, I mean, they kind of have to expect that it's a thing, you know. It's like Microsoft, you know.
Yeah, but Microsoft doesn't have a handheld.
No, they
that's
don't.
like,
and that's a mistake.
Halo 4 only on Microsoft handheld.
Yeah. Oh, that doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Shit.
But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, say you wanted to continue the adventures of Master Chief. And I'm like... Sorry, I'm having some ice cream. Say, like, oh, Master Chief survives at the end of Halo 3. You know that already. But, like, say, in order to continue the story of Halo into Halo 4, they were like, oh, Halo 4 is only going to be on the handheld.
Right.
And then Halo 5, so that's back on main console. And it's like, you lost an entire game's worth of content. Cortana's, like, rampant. She becomes the bad guy. Spoilers for Halo 5, I don't care. Like, I read this because I was like, I'm not going to play Halo 5. I didn't even like Halo 4.
They're not good games.
I mean, Halo 1, 2, and 3 are pretty good.
Halo 2 is a good game, though.
I like 3 a lot. Thomas likes 3 a lot. We're probably going to play... couple Halo games when he's moved in here, which should be around now or has happened already, depending on when these go out.
I sure hope so.
So, that's what I'm saying with that, right? Like, it's just it typically is just not done.
Oh God, fucking fuck.
At least, like, now you could say that because nothing like that had really been done before.
I think. In retrospect, it was a good move. In retrospect.
I mean, to me, I don't think so, because I don't know anybody, like, in my friends group that owned Metroid 2.
But what I'm saying is, as far as a main story game, it was so inconsequential. Like, one small thing happened right at the very end, and they even recapped it, like, however... How long did it take for them to make Metroid, Super Metroid?
I don't remember.
Well, so it took them no time fucking at all. Fucking God.
But still, you know what I mean, though? It's like you lose an entire game's worth of content. I know there's not a lot of story in Metroid, which is why it works, but it's still... I find it really... just odd. Like, at least now, today's standards, like, back then, sure, it absolutely makes sense. Nintendo dominates the market.
No, I'm saying in retrospect it makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
I think, like, if something like...
Like, if you're gonna have anything be exclusive, make it a main story game so that people buy your thing.
But not everybody was interested in shelling out another $150 or whatever for a Game Boy for a console that they weren't necessarily going to play.
Well, that's just their
Because
problem,
what
right?
was out for the Game Boy at the time? You had Metroid 2, Mario
Tetris.
2, Tetris.
Like a really good Tetris too.
I mean, Tetris. Are you going to buy a Game Boy for Tetris?
It was a good Tetris.
I know, but you know what I mean, though? Like, back then, quality of games was so
Fucking
here and there, right?
every single fucking.
Like, at least now, if you spend your $300, $400, $500 on your brand new console, getting to closer to $400, $500, like the Switch, let's say if the concept for the Switch, let's link that back to the idea of the Super Nintendo, or to the GameCube even, or anything.
GameCube.
So you released the Switch 10 years ago, and you said this is going to cost, or like, no, let's even go back further, 20 years ago. Let's say when I was a baby, 20 years ago. And you say, oh, we're going to release this thing, but there's no guarantee of quality for it. People make games, people pirate games, people do all this stuff. There are so many like NES games that my grandmother even owned that weren't the official copies of the Nintendo game, even though they were basically the same thing. Right? Like, with slight differences in order to be like, yeah, this is our game.
Keep in mind that was the first.
No. I say that, but even then, even in the Game Boy life cycle, the Super Nintendo life cycle, like, games back then, they were still really finding their feet when it came to like a level of quality that was achievable and marketable and producible on a regular basis. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, you get the Switch now. There is a level that you come to expect to say, yes, this is where this has to be in order for this to be worth it and good, and that it should be at in this market. Where 20 years ago, where you're playing Metroid 2, that didn't exist. So you're not going to buy that, because for the Switch you can pay that $400 and you'll be able to play games for its entire life cycle, no problem.
Yeah.
You shell out that $200 for the Game Boy, which is just going to get replaced by the Pocket, the Color, a bunch of things really soon, like in the future, like knowing like 2020, you know, where it just, there's no guarantee that the games that are coming out are going to be good. Because, I mean, you could end up with Super Metroid. You could also end up with more games like Skate or Die.
I'm all out of fucking missiles. Good thing I didn't need it.
High five!
Hang on. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry I kind of dominated this episode with that kind of talk, but, like, I feel
No,
like...
it's completely valid, and I... Now that I
mean,
actually
like-
can't talk because I'm not fucking in the
Yeah.
middle of something. Yeah, you end up with games like Skate or Die, but you also, like... Yeah, you end up with games like Skate or Die. Like... While that may not be, like, polished and perfect and prim and amazing and neat and tidy and, you know, all those things, it still catches an audience. Like, that still works as a game.
I mean, I guess so, but, like, for a main house console, that is different than a portable thing that takes more batteries and doesn't necessarily have anything good. Because you know what games I was playing for my Game Boy back when I like had an original Game Boy before like Pokemon came out and stuff?
What was that?
There was a shitty Godzilla game. There was a shitty Godzilla game. And it was like a platformer you could just bomb up.
I know, I'm just...
Oh, okay. And, like, I played that like crazy. And there were, like, licensed Looney Tunes games that were not good.
Tiny
Like,
Toons.
I mean, hey, don't knock Tiny Toons. I saw a speedrun of it. It was incredible.
Actually?
Yeah, it was great. But, like, they're just... I don't know. Like, looking at it, I mean, hindsight's 2020. You didn't know how good the games could be. Which I guess is still the risk today. But with AAA titles, you have that thing because the methods are tried, true, and tested.
My issue with AAA games now, and this is my rebuttal, is... Okay, so there's a level of polish that's like super, that's sought after, and it's like, wow, a game is amazing.
Did this loop all the way back around?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But I did it for a reason. This.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I did not get that on my first playthrough. I want it.
You wanted it bad?
I want it so bad that I called up Usher.
How bad did Usher want it?
He wanted it so bad he called up Chris Crocker.
How bad did Chris Crocker want it?
He wanted it so bad he called up Jay-Z.
Is this making fun of me for saying that thing about Justin Bieber?
Yeah. Just
Chris Crocker.
Jay-Z wanted Chris Crocker so bad. Did you mean Usher, perhaps?
And not Justin Bieber? Also, whatever I said about Chris Crocker, I totally made up regardless, so what did it matter?
That's true.
Trying real hard to get that one thing, huh?
Get me out of here.
Yep. Meow. That's right. No. Spider ball.
No. I'm gonna do this.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm amazing.
What the hell, Christian?
Do you love me?
Why do you do the things you do?
Dick ass fucking motherfucker. Fucking eat my dick. Suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it. I hate him. I hate these. I hate them. They just fly around. They don't do anything.
It's 5 times stronger, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Alright, where are we going next?
I think we're... Oh, we're done here.
Because the rooms wiggle?
It's a wiggling.
Alright.
I did everything I need to do.
Cool, let's find a save point.
Yeah. How much time we got? We got time.
22 seconds.
Oh shit. We gotta get out of here. Get rid of those.
Emergency in
Shazam.
Sector 3.
Oh, don't even.
There
There is no Sector 3, so it gives me anxiety when you say that. Emergency in Sector 3. What?
What a good segment. I can't wait to get there in
the future?
Our eventual playthrough of Metroid Fusion, where in our playthrough of Metroid Fusion we talk about potentially playing Metroid 2 Remake.
It's really an alternate universe situation.
It's like
both simultaneously happen at the same time.
Is it the mandala effect?
What?
The Berenstain Bears thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it's called, the mandala effect?
No. That's completely different. But I get what you're saying.
What's the mandala effect?
The whole alternate universe theory? Where it's like there's two simultaneous exact same things, but there's just the smallest itty-bitty difference.
I'm gonna Google it because I want to know.
There's a lot of those kinds of things. I chalk it down to just mere coincidence, though, because I don't like to believe.
Sorry, the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Not mandala, the pattern of things that are looped over and over and over and over together to make a cool-ass picture.
I do like those.
I was thinking of getting one for a tattoo, but then I'm like, no, that's
a very white girl thing to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a not to disparage any white girl that has a mandala tattoo.
One of my exes would draw those all over herself.
I knew a kid named Mandela.
Really?
Mandela Williams.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mandela Williams.
Happy birthday, Mandela Williams. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back. So here on Press Start, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be back real soon. Stay tuned.
Excited to do that.
I am not an announcer. I am a producer.
I just saved, so I'm gonna exit. Oh yeah, by the way. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that.
You almost have everything already.
I know, I'm awesome.
Can you turn off the various suit?
Yes. Hang on. There we go.
Oh.
Big shoulders. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna turn that off.
Just get the spacer beam?
Yeah.
Just the wide beam.
I'm gonna go that. So it's just a charge.
Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So all you're missing is screw tech when it comes to that. You're missing hold on, go back.
The rest of the beams.
You saved it. We're done here. You're missing like ice beam and plasma beam.
Yeah. And
You're missing screw attack,
And
and you're missing gravity suit.
Yep, that's it.
Christian.
1 hour.
Damn it.
Am I awesome or what?
I mean, you're good at a video game.
I like to think I'm pretty good. Do you want to have a play?
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure?